I hope we're andun na tayo. Alright, so yun na nga, no? Alright, so let me go first with that kano. So, ni, apa ingay? Alright, let me just load it. Niload ko na kanina. Bakit nag-exit siya? Alright, so before we're going to start, I just want to let you know that at least you have your modules with you, beside you, for you to be able to scribble later on the mga blank answers there. However, I'd like to congratulate Miss Suklad for the first blood na nagpasa ng requirements. So we'll be discussing today your lessons 1 to 3. If you're going to look at your table of contents, or what does lesson 1 to 3 is composed of, so pwede nyo makita. So yun, so I'll be, wait lang, paano ba to play as assign, kasi nagpo-multiple window na ako, kaya medyo hirap na si laptop. Alright, somebody is still joining. Sino kaya ito? Alright, Miss Donaal. Somebody is still joining. Let's wait for a while. Be patient with me, please. Alright. I'm going to paste something in the group chat. What you're going to do is you're going to click that link, no? Sa group chat. So it's actually a link of Kahoot. That one I sent it already. And the game pin would be, what you're going to do is you're going to insert the pin. After inserting the pin, yan, that's the game pin 099145333. So as soon as you are directed to that Kahoot game, 099143 yung game pin, tapos you can make your nickname. However, I'd like you to place your nickname, your first name and your family name if possible. Tapos tingnan natin, no? So yun, just give me a feedback of what is happening, tapos yun. So yeah, just tell me if you have joined or what. Kasi let me join also. Alright, joined. Already joined, very good. So try to play the game. Makikigame din ako. I'll be sharing to you the screen na lang. Alright, para makita nyo yung share the tab. Yun, so dami nang nag-join. Alright, very good. Lardison, Loyola, yeah, alright. So join din ako kahit alam ko yung mga answer. Ayan. So go. Ayan. Are you still already playing? Diyan na. You just get to play. There are just 10 items there. Tingnan natin yung mga top 10. Alright, very good. So ito na yung nakikita kong mga joiners, no? Alright, you have your names there. Very good. Thank you for joining. So nandun na last yung mga first question. So ang gagawin ko, irorong ko yung sarili ko para alam ko sino yung top 10. Next. Ano pa ba? Ano ba dito? Right. So just comment na lang doon sa group chat if you're done with this one. Alright, so scoreboard natin, Miss Kyra Santiago is so far yung highest pointer. Alright, so let's just wait for it. Alright, so Mr. Andre Heidrich, yung top 1 ngayon. Alright, Mr. Borja now getting the top 1. Right, so far Miss Borja dito. Still the top 1. So let's just Alright, so we have the top 1, no? Yung makita natin yung podium right now that we have. You get to see now in your screen. Alright, thank you very much for joining the game. I think almost most of you already have done. You can turn You can turn on your microphones for a while para mag-usap, parang nag-usap tayo dito. So we have here, can you see the screen?
Yes, sir.
Alright,
Yes, sir.
so you get to see there the names of those mga nag-top. So we have 23 players. So sino tong si Borja? Is this a Mr. or a Miss? Mister. Alright, so answer niya 50%. So around 10 questions, we have around 5 pan. So this is just a way for us to be able to be familiar with what our lesson is going to be about. So yun na nga po, no? The first lesson there, if you're going to look at your table of content, is actually your laws of motion. So thank you very much for joining. Meron tayong ilang nag-join. Almost lahat nag-join. Seymour. Tingnan natin yung Seymour. So is it your first time to play Kahoot? How did you see it?
Sir, kala-quiz.
Kala-quizin niya. Pero at least parang siyang isang magaan na game. No? So, this is what I've learned. Winston, ako, nandun, 0%. Oh, yung iba, anong nangyari?
Ala!
Pero meron kasi mga iba na unanswered. So, hindi kayo naka-answer. Like Mr. Osias, meron siyang 2 question na hindi na-answer. Itong si Miss Landokan, yung 10 questions hindi na niya answer. So parang nag-next na lang doon. Kaya ayun. So it's just a way for us to know for us to be awakened kasi umagang-umaga nga we're medyo siguro some of you are not yet yung mindset nyo na magklase ng umaga. Alright, so thank you very much for joining. I'll be exiting that presentation already and we'll be proceeding now to the lesson proper. So if you have your modules with you, I'd like you to have them beside you. Miss Ramos, sus haanak nag-review. Haanmat nga. Okay lang diay, no? It was just a kasi ganito yan. Pag nagbigay ako ng quiz na hindi pa ako nagtuturo, okay lang na makakuha ng mababa. Normal lang yan kasi hindi ko naman pa tinuro. Pero after tinuro ko, tapos mababa pa rin, yun doon na medyo questionable. Right? So, ganun. So, it's okay for you to get low scores because I didn't teach that one yet. Though you have an idea of that one since you have your Science 7 before. So, in this case, no, let me share to you now yung pag-uusapan natin this morning. So, we'll be tackling lessons 1 to 3 today. Ano bang gagawin ko? Tab, video, wait lang. Tab ba yun? Window pala. Naguguluhan na rin ako. Wait lang. Alright, so let me present to you our lesson today. Can you see now the PowerPoint?
Not yet, sir.
Alright, just let it wait for a while na naglo-load. Alright, I get to see in my
Sir,
interface na meron na. So, ito yung first natin na lesson. Ala, bakit nagpe-play siyang mag-isa? Alright. So, lesson natin for first lesson of the third batch will be this one. So, we have lessons 1 to 3. Now, for us to be able to just have an idea, lesson 1 natin is about laws of motion. Lesson 2 is about energy, and lesson 3 will be about sound. No? So, yun muna yung iisipin natin. At the end, makikita nyo kung anong ipapas nyo for this week. Alright, let's proceed para hindi sayang yung oras. It's already 10:12. Alright? Okay ba? Okay ba tayo?
Yes,
Alright?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Good. So, we have now your lesson 1, which is the laws of motion. Alright? So, anything that is moving or even not moving, there is something that is happening there. Kaya nga, the first lesson that we have here in your science is physics. Because physics will tell us and explain to us ano ba yung nangyayari dito sa natural world. Bakit yung sasakyan tumatakbo? Bakit umiikot si Earth around the sun? Ano pa ba? Mga questions about physics that bakit? Anyway, basta yun na yun. Alright? So, before we're going to talk about what are the different laws of motion that we have, we get to know first the person behind who studied this one. So, the person behind is Sir Isaac Newton. So, nadaanan nyo doon sa quiz nyo, ano yung question doon? If you still like, you can turn on your microphones for us to have at least an interaction. Anybody? Ano yung tanong doon? Correct ba kayo sa answer nyo? True or false yun eh?
Yes.
So, what was the one? What was the question? The question there was
Is
Isaac Newton Underman scientist.
right, German scientist. Ano answer nyo?
false?
False. Because ano siya? Ano yung citizenship na? Ano citizenship ni Sir Isaac Newton? Ano yung nationality ni Mr. Isaac Newton? You can see that on your screen right now. Ano yung nakasulat dyan?
American?
American?
English?
Oh, yan. Nandyan sa screen nyo. Anong nakasulat?
British?
English scientist.
Alright, English scientist. Alright, or specific in general, British. Pero, pag English yung tao, saan siya galing? Konting history tayo. Konting AP tayo. Pag English siya, saan siya galing?
America.
No?
Europe.
Europe? Specifically,
UK?
what part in Europe?
Britain.
England.
Alright,
UK.
UK, yes, UK is the broader area, but specifically, pag English ka, saan ka galing?
United States.
Great Britain.
England.
Germany.
Alright, I hear answers. The one who answered England.
Me.
Alright, very good. So, pag ang tao, alright, ganito yan. In Europe, we have what you call your United Kingdom. United Kingdom kasi marami siyang kingdom. Meron siya yung Scotland, may England, may Wales, alright, those different kingdoms there, which is what you call your United Kingdom. Tapos, yung sentro niya yan is your Britain. So, when you talk about people from Britain, we call them British. When you talk about people from England, we call them English. When you talk about people from Scotland, anong tawag natin sa kanila? Anybody? Guess.
Scottish.
Alright, very good. Scottish. Yun. So, ganun. So, pag tawag natin, no, isang tao na English scientist siya, meaning si Sir Isaac Newton galing sa England. Alright? Though England is part of the United Kingdom. Alright, very good. So, siya yung nag-study. Now, if you can still remember, no, meron yung question doon about sir, the word sir. Kasi dito, actually, ang pangalan lang ni Isaac Newton was Isaac Newton. Pero meron sir nilalagay natin. Ano kaya meaning niyan? Bakit meron silang sir? Any idea? Guess? Anybody can open your microphones? Just guess. Kasi hindi ko naman pa tinuro ito, so you can guess. Any idea?
Sir is given to the person who have accomplished something.
Alright, very good. Ganito. Pag ikaw ay galing sa United Kingdom, ang kingdom kasi, di ba, merong mga different mga ano ba yung pinaka-highest na posisyon ng isang tao sa isang kingdom? Anybody?
King or queen.
Alright, king or queen. Pero if you get to see, no, marami pang mga different mga different mga positions dyan sa isang kingdom. If you're familiar with chess, yan yun eh. So, aside from the king and queen, ano pa mga chess pieces na alam nyo?
Knight.
Knight, ano pa?
Pawn.
Pawn, ano pa?
Rock.
Queen.
Queen, ano pa? Oh, yung mga
King.
handle ng mga religious activities, anong tawag natin sa kanila?
Bishop.
Bishop, yung ganun. So, in kingdoms, no, meron tayong mga different roles. Ganito yung nangyayari dyan sa United Kingdom. If you are a person with a prominent accomplishment, no, the king and the queen, specifically the queen, can honor your accomplishment and lalagyan ka na ng pangalan na sir sa first name mo. Sa United Kingdom, hindi basta-basta binibigay yung pangalan na sir. Alright? Hindi parehas dito sa Pilipinas, kahit sino pwede mong tawagin sir, ma'am, ganon. But in the United Kingdom, the word sir there before your first name is actually something that is respectable. Alright? That's the reason why, no? If you have accomplished something really very good in your country, especially in the United Kingdom, the Queen can bless you and make you become a knight. Alam niyo yung knight?
Yes, sir.
Yung knight in the shining armor, yung knight, yung mga no? Mga yung nakakasakay sa horse tapos may espada. Alright, knight ang tawag natin sa kanila. Once you are being blessed by the Queen of being a knight, you are now called a sir. Kaya si Isaac Newton is really very prominent in his accomplishment. He was being knighted by the Queen and therefore tawag natin sa kanya Sir Isaac Newton. Marami pang mga sir ngayon, no? Marami yung mga British na mga actors and actresses who are really very good in their field, no? Who are actually being also sir. So much with that one, no? So yun na nga, English po si Isaac Newton. So if you don't have that one in your module, you can scribble them beside you, or maybe you can encircle or highlight that one na si Isaac Newton is actually English. Alright, let's go now to the laws of motion. Alright, so let me go to the one. So meron tayong laws of motion. Ilan yung laws of motion natin? If you can see that one on the screen. How many?
3.
Alright, very good. 3. Now, yung 3 na ito na motion natin, we call that one for simplicity, first law, second law, third law. However, in each law, meron po silang mga pangalan. Alright? Just be mindful that yung first law, hindi pwedeng ma-interchange sa pangalan ng iba. Pag first law, law of inertia talaga. Hindi pwedeng law of interaction yung first law. Alright? So, I know that you have that one, no, in your ano bang page yan? You have in your module page, where's that? If you're following page 16, alright, sabi dyan, first law of motion. What is the name of the first law of motion? You can now start answering that one by having this one in your seeing this one in your screen. So, anong pangalan ng first law?
Law of inertia.
Alright, law of inertia. So, that's the first thing that we're going to discuss. We have your law of inertia. You can start answering that one, your page 16. Meron dyan. Alright. So, I'll give you 20 seconds for you to do that one and let me proceed to the next one. So, may tanong. What does the first law state? No, I think some of you already have answered, no, that one. Let me just take out the screen first for a while kasi merong nagjo-join. What's that one? Samantha Park. Alright. So, yun. Anybody has an idea sa naka-research na, nakauna na research about this? What does it say? What does the first law say? Let's make this one as interacting as possible para hindi lang ako yung nagsasalita. What does it say, yung first law natin?
Sir,
Yes, sige. Can you please share to us what was in your research that will tell you about the first law?
Newton's first law states that every object will remain at rest or in uniform motion in a straight line unless compelled to change its state by the action of an external force.
All right, very good, no? So that's actually a very collegey type 1 of answer. To be honest with you, did you understand anything about that statement that you have read, or for others, did you understand about what was stated earlier? Nagets nyo ba? Do you understand anything about it?
No?
Wala, alright. It's
Sorry.
good. Tama, no. Be honest lang naman kasi the more that you say no, it's better for me to explain it well, alright? So, yes, Mr. Cañero, was that Mr. Cañero who answered? That's actually the same statement that I'm going to flash today. However, that's actually a very college, no, kung college student ka, yun yung usually yung mga answer ng mga college students. However, let's make that one very simple. This is the one that I've learned since I was in high school. No, na simple terms lang. All right? So if you are still in your page 16, what does it state? It states that an object at rest will continue to be at rest, and an object in motion will continue to be in motion unless acted by an external force. If you have that one and seen that one in your screen, you can now start answering, placing that one in the blank area on page 16. All right? I'll give you 20 seconds for you. 20 seconds, kaya ba? Ano bang gusto nyo? You'd like a copy of this PowerPoint that I'm doing para hindi ko nahihintayin?
Yes, sir.
You'd like a copy of this PowerPoint that I'm showing you right now?
Yes, sir.
Alright, para hindi na ako maghihintay nyo na sinusulat nyo? Alright, so ano bang sabi dito? Dalawa kasi yung bagay dito sa law of inertia. Sabi niya at rest and sabi niya in motion. But before we're going to go to your law of inertia, sinong nakagawa na dito ng activity 1? Anybody? Meron na bang nakagawa ng activity 1? Uy, silent masyado. Tahimik. Wala pa? Anybody?
Wala pa po, sir.
Wala pa.
Wala pa. Pero, alright. In your activity 1, you're going to look at a video. Do you have any idea of that video already? Napanood nyo na ba?
Sir, hindi pa.
Alright. And that video that
Very
you're
lapid.
going to watch is actually a video of very nakakatakot na mga aksidente. Alright? Especially mga vehicular accidents. Now, what you're going to do there is actually, alright, before going to that actual video, na-try nyo bang gumamit nitong QR code? Have you tried
Yes, sir.
Yes,
Have you
sir.
tried
Yes,
using
sir.
the QR code
Yes, sir.
and scanning that one in your cameras and linking you right away to that links?
Yes, sir, it works.
Alright, very good. So, yun, no? Medyo in-effort ko yan na para ganun kasi syempre, di ba hard copy? Syempre, kailangan naman itatype nyo yung mahabang link. So, I've made each one at least QR codes for you just to scan and bring you right away to that link that you're supposed to watch or see or refer to. Alright, so law of inertia. Sabi dito, ang isang bagay na hindi gumagalaw, forever na hindi gagalaw. Gets nyo? Alright, can I hear voices?
Yes, sir.
Gets nyo? Sabi daw ni Newton sa first law niya, isang bagay na hindi gumagalaw, hindi yan gagalaw forever. Alright, that is the first one. In his second statement, he also mentioned that ang isang bagay na gumagalaw, forever gagalaw. Alright, na gets nyo?
Yes,
Do you
sir.
follow?
Yes, sir.
Alright, very good.
Yeah.
So, isang bagay na hindi gumagalaw, hindi yan gagalaw. Isang bagay na gumagalaw, forever din yang gagalaw. Alright. But, it says there in the last part, unless acted by an external force. So, isang bagay na hindi gumagalaw, ay forever na hindi gagalaw. Pero kailan lang yan gagalaw? Tanong ko sa inyo, kailan lang yan gagalaw?
Sir, kapag ginalaw,
Tama, kapag ginalaw. So pag ginalaw nyo, ano yung ginagawa nyo? What do you apply?
force,
Very good. Force. Kaya yun sabi dito, unless acted by an external force. Pag iwan nyo yung cellphone na nasa mesa, yung cellphone na yan, hindi yan gagalaw forever pag walang nagpagalaw. Tama, di ba?
Sir.
Tama. So yun yung sabi ni Newton, that's the law of inertia. Isang bagay na hindi gumagalaw forever, yung hindi gagalaw unless may external force na magpapagalaw dyan. Alright, do you get the point? Do you get the idea?
Yes, sir.
Alright. Pero ito,
Yes, sir.
baka hindi kayo maniniwala. Isang bagay daw na gumagalaw ay forever nagagalaw. Does this really happen to us here? Can you think of something that is moving and continually moving forever?
Water.
Water.
Falls.
time,
Time. Oy, time. Very,
Stars.
very Albert Einstein na dating. Anyway, alright. Ganito ang nangyayari dyan sa motion. Kasi hindi tayo masyadong makarelate sa motion. Pero ganito. Alright. Sabi nga, isang bagay na gumagalaw, forever yan nagagalaw unless may external force nagpa-stop sa kanya nagagalaw. Right? Do you get the point? So, for example, isang kotse gumagalaw. Imagine natin forever yan gumagalaw. Kailan lang yan hihinto? Any idea?
when you hit the brake,
Alright, when you hit the brakes. But whenever you hit the brakes, what are you applying?
force,
Force again, once again. So tama yung sinabi. Yun yung tama yung sinabi ni Newton na isang bagay, for example yung kotse, forever yan nagagalaw, no? Isang bagay na gumagalaw, forever yan nagagalaw unless merong nagpahinto doon, which is actually applying external forces. Alright. You can more relate this one, no? I think I'm going to show you a snippet of a video, no? For you to watch lang, mga ilang seconds lang, for you to be able to understand yung forever nagagalaw, nung gumagalaw na forever na gumagalaw, right? So, yun, parang pati ako nagiging nag-rap na sa mga sinasabi ko. Alright, let me unshare to you the screen and share to you the video. I hope na gumagana itong alright, madali lang ito, sandali lang siya. I hope that you can also hear the ay, road accident naman ito. Wait lang. Hindi yung road accident. Downloads. Are you still okay? Hala, naka 30 minutes na tayo. Kwan pa lang.
Sir, okay pa lang.
First lesson pa lang, pa lang, first law pa lang. Alright. Sige, don't worry kasi hindi ko naman papahirapan para sa inyo eh. Saan tayo? Let's go now to there and let me share to you the screen of the VLC player. A window. Where's that VLC of mine there? Right, sharing to you now. Do you see now a screen of the VLC? Alright, it's loading.
Yes, sir, yes.
Alright.
yes sir,
Alright.
Sir.
Think about something. Sir, totoo ba yung sinasabi ni Newton na yung gumagalaw, forever nagagalaw yan? Alright. Dito, relate natin. So, I'm playing it now. Choppy siguro.
The idea of floating away into the darkness of space is a terrifying thought. A thought that would definitely cross every astronaut's mind while spacewalking. This kind of situation is normally seen depicted on the big screen in movies like Gravity. But what would happen if you really did
Sir, walang
float off
sound.
into space?
Bakit walang sound? Alright, let me see to you the one. Let me see it. Wala naman. Alright, let me share replay to you, though this is just for a second now. So.
idea of floating away into the darkness of space is a terrifying thought. A thought that would definitely cross every astronaut's mind while spacewalking. This kind of situation is normally seen depicted on the big screen in movies like Gravity. But what would happen if you really did float off into space?
Alright, think about this one, this area here, alright? So let me stop it there and let me share to you again the screen of Alright, so yun, no? Can you imagine yourself being as an astronaut one day? Anybody who wants to be one? Alright, let's go back to that area of law of inertia. Right, Kines? Are you still there? Ang tahimik masyado.
Yes, sir.
Alright.
Yes, sir.
Alright.
Yes, sir.
Isang bagay na gumagalaw ay forever nagagalaw. Tama kaya ito? Alright. What happens if you're going to throw a ball? Either let's say for example you're playing basketball. Sabi ni Newton, pag mayroong isang bagay na gumagalaw, forever yan nagagalaw. But whenever you throw your ball, is it happening really? Yes or no? I'd like you to guess.
Yes, sir.
Alright. Sabi kasi ni Newton, ang isang bagay na gumagalaw ay forever nagagalaw. Pero in reality, if you're going to throw a ball or going to pitch in a baseball, does the ball actually travel forever? Move forever?
Sir, no,
No,
sir.
sir.
No, sir.
No, sir.
Alright, tama. So, would you still agree with Newton?
No. Yes, sir.
Yes or no?
Yes.
Alright, so may
Yes, sir.
Alright, may pagdududa. But think of it this way. Sabi kasi doon na unless acted by an external force, ideally, tama pa rin si Newton na isang bagay na gumagalaw ay continuously nagagalaw. If you're going to throw a ball, it will actually continue to travel and be moving and moving forever. However, sabi nga, unless acted by an external force, what do you think made that ball stop moving? There's a force there. Any idea? Alright, very good, no? Si Miss Grace dito sa chat, no? She mentioned about the word gravity. Tama po. Si gravity po, dahil po kay gravity, na huminto yung travel ni ball. Sabi nga dito, di ba? An object in motion will continue to be in motion unless acted by an external force. Here on Earth, hindi po nangyayari masyado yung isang motion na gumagalaw, forever nagagalaw. Kasi meron ng external force na nagpapahinto sa kanya. In that case, in our planet, it's gravity. No? So yun, hindi siya gagalaw forever kasi nga meron tayong external force. So tama yun. But this time, think about that video that we have. Right? Sa video na ginawa na pinanood nyo. Let's go now outer space. Alright? Sa outer space. Now, ano yung nakikita nyo sa outer space? Alright. If you're an astronaut, nakita nyo ba mga movies like an astronaut who are on the outer space?
Yes, sir.
Ano yung napapansin nyo sa kanila? As a part of their
Floating.
safety measure nila, ano yung napapansin nyo sa kanila?
Floating.
They are floating, tama. Alright. Napansin nyo ba that in some movies, if you get to see an astronaut who are outside from their spaceship, na merong tali, na nakatali yung suit nila doon sa spaceship? Napansin nyo ba yun?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Yes,
Sir.
Let's say for example, no, medyo loko-loko ka na astronaut. Tapos walang tali. Walang tali. Tapos ngayon, may galit ka doon sa kasama mong astronaut, sinipa mo yung astronaut. Anong mangyayari sa kanya?
Sir, lulutang siya forever in space kasi walang magpupul sa kanya.
Tama,
Yes, sir.
very good, very good. That's actually the point of Mr. Isaac Newton na sabi niya, isang bagay na gumagalaw, forever nagagalaw yan. That in that case, no, wala kasing external force sa outer space. Ano bang meron dito sa Earth na wala sa outer space?
Gravity.
Gravity.
Tama. So therefore, unless acted by a gravity, no, sa outer space, wala namang gravity sa outer space, isang bagay na gumagalaw, forever nagagalaw yan. So, kung meron kang galit doon sa kasama mong may astronaut, sinipa mo yun, di babay na. No? Magta-travel na yan siya forever ng malayo. Kung anong direction mo siya sinipa, doon siya magta-travel in a straight line. Hanggang sa until, kaano lang siguro, paano kaya siya makakastop? Ano kaya yung kanya? Ano kaya ang possibility na magsa-stop siya? Any idea? Di ba, ang space pala, it's an open space. It's a really vast open space. But when do you think that person, no, pag sinipa mo, it will travel and travel, be in motion for the rest of him or his life. Pero kailan lang siya magsa-stop?
Sir, when it gets collide with an object or get influenced by gravity.
Alright, very good. So, either influenced by a gravity of a nearby planet or nakabangga siya ng asteroid. Doon lang siya maghihinto. But the point is that, no, kailangan, especially pag nasa outer space ka, dapat may tali ka doon sa spaceship mo. Pag wala, tapos nabangga ka lang ng kasama mo, lumayo ka na, hindi mo naman pwedeng languyin yung space para makabalik ka. Kasi nga, walang gravity, walang friction doon. That's the point actually of the law of inertia. Right? So I hope that you have an idea of the law of inertia. Now, there is this really very good teacher, a public school teacher, si Science Escuela, if you ever heard of him. Anybody has an idea? Have you ever heard of him?
Sir, no.
Na hindi nyo pa narinig. Pero meron siyang isang video about paano simutin ang ketchup. Have you ever watched that video?
No, sir.
Alright. Paano simutin ang ketchup? But let's continue na kasi halos naka 30 minutes lang ako just with the first law. Alright, so before going there, let me explain to you later that one. Your inertia is a tendency. Iba yung law of inertia, iba yung inertia at itself. Right. Yung law of inertia, ito yung sabi niya. It states that blah blah blah. Yun yung law of inertia. But when you talk about the inertia alone, is the tendency of an object to resist motion. Either, kung gumagalaw siya, gusto niya forever gagalaw. Kung naka-steady siya, forever siya, gustong maging steady lang or at rest. However, your inertia is dependent on mass. The greater the mass, the greater the inertia. Alright? Imaginein mo, isang mataba at isang payat na tao nakabanggaan mo. Sino yung saan ka mas lilipad? Greater mass, lesser mass?
Greater mass.
Alright, greater mass. So therefore, a person or anything that has greater mass has greater inertia. Just think of that one. Alright? So saan ba importante ang first law? Saan ba importante ang first law? Importante siya for road safety. Ito na yon. Specifically in your road safety is the invention and the use of brakes, seat belts, and airbags. Alright. Sa mga makaka-relate siguro dito, sino mahilig ditong mag-bike? Kasi I'm into biking lately, especially during the start of the pandemic.
Me, sir.
Alright,
Sir, me.
Alright, so mga mahilig sa bike dyan. 'Di ba? Pag mabilis ka, alright, mabilis ka, sabi ni inertia, an object in motion will continue to be in motion. So, pag ikaw gumagalaw, no, gusto mo lang continue kang gumagalaw. Pero paano pag hinila mo agad yung brakes? Anong mangyayari sa'yo?
Magsta-stop ka.
Magsa-stop ka. Paano pag binigla mong hinila yung brakes?
Sir, may tapis ka.
Oy, may tayab ka.
May
diba?
tayab ka.
Oy, may over the bars ka. Dahil tatibagbaga ni Newton, nga may nga banag, continuous lang nga kayat na nga move. Ngum no bigla am iso na nga applyan ti external force, ti mayab kan. Kaya, 'di ba? Yan yung ginagamit natin. The law of inertia will, the importance of it, of knowing about it, is for you to be able to be safety in road. Ano bang kwa natin? Pag mabilis ka masyado, no? Ano ba dapat gagawin natin sa brakes? Hihilain mo ba agad? Anong gagawin natin para makahinto tayo?
Hilain bagal-bagal.
Alright, pitik-pitikin mo lang, no? Mabagal mo lang na hilain yung brakes. But the point is that, no? Kaya minsan, maraming aksidenteng nangyayari sa road is because if you're going too fast, it's really hard for you to stop, correct?
Yes, sir.
Sir.
Tama. So, yun yung sabi ng law of inertia. So when an object that is continually moving, it likes to move. But after, no, kung gusto mong biglang stop, nagmo-move pa rin yung object, tama? Hindi naman diretso na pag press mo ng brake, stop agad, di ba? Meron pa rin konting mga kwan. Have you tried, let's say for example, no, most of you have already tried sitting on a jeepney. So bakay na kayo ng jeepney, di ba? Halos lahat.
Yes, sir.
Right. Tapos,
Yes, sir.
tumatakbo yung jeepney, mabilis. Tapos biglang sabi nung isang pasahero, Manong para. Pero mabilis si Manong. Tapos sabi nung isang kwan, Manong para, anong nangyayari sa inyo doon sa loob? What happens to you inside?
A good ti tao.
Oh, yeah. So, 'di ba, masasagi-sagi niyo na yung mga kwan, may tayab kayo forward, po jay biglaan nga brakes. All right? So, yun yung mga nangyayari diyan, no? Pero mayat dayta no, kaabay mo ni Crush, tapos bigla nagpreno ni Manong, tapos natayab kay jay abay na, 'di ba? Ang kasta. Ay, mga ka. So, actually what was invented by car manufacturers for us to be able to lessen the inertia? Anong ginawa nila? Anong inimbento nila para hindi tayo masyadong madisgrasya pag bigla nating hinila yung brakes pag masyadong mabilis tayo?
Seatbelt.
You have your seatbelts and even your airbags.
Airbags.
Diba? Meron ding airbags, 'di ba? Yung seatbelt. Kasi 'di ba, for example, no, pag mabilis masyado at si seatbelt, it will hold us steady there. Dahan tayo may tayab ijay sanguti lugan. But at some point kasi seatbelt is already something that is really very old. Have you tried trying to be very fast tapos biglang nag-stop tapos naka-seatbelt ka?
Yes, sir.
There is a possibility for you to break your ribs.
Naigoy.
Yes, sir.
Yun. Pwedeng mabali yung ribs mo dahil sa bilis tapos naka-handle yung seatbelt. Ayun. Kaya pwedeng mabali yung ribs mo pag biglang nagpreno. That's the reason why for car manufacturers lately, they have invented the airbags. Kaya aside from the seatbelts, meron pang airbags para pag, no, lumipad kayo, parang may unan lang doon sa harap, not will get the, it will dampen the bump, no, para hindi masyadong solid yung pagbanggaan nyo doon sa harap. So that's actually first law. So before we're going to proceed to the second law, any questions first? Okay ba? Meron ba kayo naintindihan? Or wala ba kayong naintindihan sa first law? Questions? Or maybe can I hear a yes or a no? I'd like you to be honest. If you don't understand anything, I'd like you to be honest.
Clear, sir.
Okay lang? Yung first law
Yes,
natin. Gets
sir.
nyo ba yung first law niya? If nakita nyo yung
Clear, sir.
page 19 nyo, sa module nyo, if you are in the page 19, nakita nyo yung isang nakamotor na binangga niya yung wall?
Yes, sir.
O, naikalso?
Sir.
Nalagip ko na lang.
Sir.
Naalala ko na lang yung nangyari sa amin last Sunday kasi nagbike kami doon sa Itogon. It was a trail. Tapos, do you know your MAPE teacher?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Yung MAPE teacher nyo, kasama kong nagbabike.
Well.
Ayan, nagbabike. Tapos downhill yun. Tapos medyo lubak yung daan. Naikalso yung front tire niya. Timambling yan. Tumambling si Sir Jumwell. Ayun, banking yung kanya, banking yung manibela niyang umuwi kami. Ayun, nagtumbling siya sa bike niya. Ayun, tawang-tawa ako pero sayang hindi ko nakuha sa GoPro ko. Pang meme ko sana yun. Anyway, yun yung nangyari. So, kaya, that's actually example of your inertia. Bigla, nagmo-move ka, gusto mo kasi moving lang. Pero pag bigla kang hininto, magmo-move ka pa rin. Ayun, tumambling si Sir Jumwell. Alright, let's proceed now to the second law. Alright, so second law, punta tayo second law nyo. Ano bang page yun? Alright, it's page 20. What's the name of the second law again?
Of acceleration.
Law of acceleration, very good. So what does it state? Alright, yan siya sinabi niya. It states that acceleration is directly proportional to force and inversely proportional to mass. Have you ever heard of the directly proportional and inversely proportional relationship before?
Yes, sir.
At sa mga nag-grade 7B dati na handle ko sa science, actually have taught this one. Pero dito kasi dapat sa law of acceleration nyo, merong something na isosolve nyo. Kasi nga, di ba, nakikita nyo may equation. Nakikita nyo yung equation? Ano yung equation? Ano nakikita nyo? What do you see in the equation?
Acceleration is equals to force over mass.
Alright, very good. So, kahit hindi ko nilagay, no? So, A is acceleration, F is force, and M there is mass. So, yun yung relationship nila. So, sabi dyan daw, pag directly proportional, pag tumaas si acceleration, tataas si force. Or tataas si force, tataas si acceleration. However, at the same time, pag tataas si mass, bababa si force. Bababa si acceleration. Alright? To be honest with you, because it's pandemic, I did not place any problem solving for this one. Pero kung face-to-face ito, meron kang isi-solve. Pero I still understand na mahirap magturo ng the equation dito. Or either, do you want something to solve for this one if you'd like it? Or ano ba? Ano bang gusto nyo? Or okay lang na ganito?
Sir, shock kayat ko.
Sir, mabalin.
Kaya
Mabalin.
Kaya yung nga dati iso-solve yun.
Sir, basta explain. Makasano.
Alright, Kastoy. Though, I will explain first the theory, no? Before, siguro, I'll think about how to calculate or how to get the force, how to get the acceleration, or how to get the mass. But think of it this way, no? Alright. Meron kasing activity dyan sa page, anong page yun? Sa page 24. Can you please go to your page 24 there? Hala, 13 minutes na lang, mag-alas 11 na, nasa second law pa lang ako. Is it okay to at least mga extend tayo ng 15 minutes lang?
Yes,
Yes,
sir.
sir.
Yes, sir.
Sir.
So, napunta kayo sa page 24?
Yes, sir.
Sabi niya, try this.
Yes, sir.
Alright. Actually, try this. Parang gagawin nyo dyan. First, naglagay lang kayo ng starting line nyo at saka finish line nyo. Tumakbo kayo. Tapos, in the second try, still the same from starting line to finish line, but this time, carrying with you a gallon of water. Tapos, in the third try, what you're going to do is, again, no, from the starting line to the finish line, you're also going to run. However, this time, you're going to carry with you 2 gallons of water. Pero, even by just trying to imagine this one, what do you think would be the effect of your time there? Anong mangyayari dyan? Saan ka mas mabilis? Saan ka mas hindi mabilis? Or saan ka mabagal? Any idea? Do you get the example ba? Nag-get you ba yung example ko?
Yes, sir.
Sure. So, ano yung nagigets niyo doon? Ano yung masasabi? Ano yung pag binigyan kayo ng conclusion diyan kasi may conclusion diyan sa baba. Alright, how far? Sabi ni Mr. Loyola, how far? But if you're going to conclude with that activity, ano yung pwede nyong ma-conclude, imaginary conclusion nyo dyan? Ano kaya?
Sir, your time in the first one will be faster than while carrying 2 gallons of water.
Alright, tama. Very good. Very good. So, ganun, no? So, let's think of it this way. Alright? Isang jeep, walang karga, walang pasahero. Alright? Nagpatakbo. Tapos ngayon naman, isang jeep ulit, the same jeepney, however, kargado, punong-puno, may top load pa, tapos yung driver, wala na siyang mauupuan para mag-drive, talagang overload. Which do you think has greater acceleration? The one na may karga or yung the one na walang karga?
Sir, yung walang
Sir, walang karga na.
Yung walang karga. That's actually the point wherein, no, your mass is inversely proportional to your acceleration. Meaning, pag mas magaan yung tao or mas magaan yung bagay, mas madali siyang bumuelo or mag-accelerate. You get the point?
Yes, sir.
Or ang
Yes,
pag
sir.
isang tao masyadong mabigat or isang tao or isang bagay na masyadong mabigat, no? Mahirapan siyang bumuelo. Tama?
Yes, sir.
Think of it this way. Alright, hindi ako nagkukana. I'm not becoming parang racist dito or what something. Pero isang mataba at isang payat, mag-racing sila ng 100-meter dash. Sino kayang unang makakapag-take off?
Yung payat.
Yung payat, di ba? Kasi
Yung
mas
payat.
madaling bumuelo sa isang mas lesser ang mass or mas payat. Yan lang yung point ng law of acceleration. Do you get the point now of the second law? Yun
Yes,
lang siya.
sir.
Alright? So, saan ba natin magagamit yung second law? Sa sports. Kaya makikita nyo walang matabang runner. 'Di ba? Walang matabang runner na yung talagang tatakbo ng sprint, walang matabang runner. Sa transportation, paano ba natin magagamit yung second law? Siyempre pag sa transportation, especially pag sa train, sa barko, sa eroplano, sa mga jeepney, hindi natin aabutin na mag-overload yung jeepney. Kasi mahirapan yung makina, masisira yung makina. Or at some point, even in your daily living activities. Right? So, that's actually all about your second law. Aside from that one, yun na lang sanang merong i-solve. Pero yun na nga. Now, maybe I'll think about that one later. Alright. So, any question before we're going to proceed to the third law?
None, sir.
Okay lang? Yung second law
Sir.
natin? Alright. Let's go
Okay,
now to the third
sir.
law. Alright. So, third law. Anong page ba si third law nyo? Nasa page... Where?
Page 25.
25. Page 25. Alright. So, anong pangalan ng third law?
Law of motion.
Law of motion? No. It's the name of the general one. What's the name of the third law? Law of?
Interaction.
Very good. Law of interaction. You can now answer your number 1. That's actually the law of interaction. What does it state? Alright. Sabihin natin dito, it states that in every action, there's an equal and opposite reaction. Nagets nyo ba?
Yes, sir.
Nagets nyo?
Yes,
In
sir.
every action, there's an equal and opposite reaction. Una kasing narinig ko ito, medyo, ano? Ano daw? In every action, there's an equal and opposite reaction. So, the point here is are the words action and reaction. Diba, syempre, pag may nag-action sa'yo, meron kang i-react, tama?
Yes, sir.
Alright, so, in every action, there's an equal and opposite reaction. Kaya pag, for example, no, sabi dito, sa every action na ginagawa mo, merong equal and opposite reaction na nangyayari sa'yo. Let's say, for example, if you're going to push the wall, that's your action, correct? Alright.
Yes, sir.
What would be the reaction of the wall? Kasi si wall ang magre-react. So, pag pinush mo si wall, anong nangyayari kaya kay wall?
Pushes you back.
Alright, very good. Yes, that's the correct answer. It will push you also back. So, pag pinush mo po, papaleft si wall, anong ginagawa ni wall? It will also push you to the right. Alright, that's an example of a law of interaction. Let's say another example would be walking. Paano man natin ma-apply si law of interaction sa walking? Any idea? Paglalakad. Law of interaction. Alright, sa paglalakad, ganito. 'Di ba? Pag naglalakad ka, your foot, no, you're going to push the foot backwards. Tama? So, yun yung action mo. Tama? Pinush mo si
Yeah.
ground ng gamit ng paa mo. Papush mo pa likod. Pero saan ka papunta?
Paharap.
Paharap, 'di ba? Because it's the ground that will push you back and move you forward. That's the reason why in every action there's an equal and opposite reaction. All right. Can you imagine a rocket? Let me share to you. Pasensya, hindi ako magaling mag-drawing, pero I'll stop the presentation. Let's just see paano ba mag-drawing. Marunong ba ako ba mag-drawing? Ayun, nawala yung drawing ko. Alright. Canva. Wait lang. Alright, so, can you imagine how a rocket flies?
Pataas.
Pataas. Alright. Very good. Pataas. Wala namang rocket sigurong pababa, no? Alright, so,
Crash landing.
pero ma-imagine nyo yung rocket na magta-take off.
Yes, sir.
Yes,
Yes, sir.
So, yung kwan ba, yung have you ever tried flying ano ba yung paputok ngayon na rocket nung New Year? Kahit bawal.
Fireworks.
Yung fireworks, di ba?
Yes,
Alright.
sir.
Teka lang, ayaw lumabas nung whiteboard ko. Anyway. Wait lang. Loading siya kasi ang dami ko nang na-open na kwan. Alright, so let me share to you. The tab. Right, sharing to you now a screen of the Canva. Do you see that one? Alright, nakikita nyo ba?
Yes, sir.
Alright.
Pogi ako.
Yes, sir.
Pinaktis ko yan kanina. Alright, let me make another one. So, dito no, paano ba? First time ko rin tinututo ito eh. Ito. Alright. So, gawa tayo ng rocket. Makikita nyo ba? Nagdodrawing ako?
Yes, sir.
Hindi ako magaling mag-drawing rocket. Diba rocket? Tapos, meron siya yung apoy sa baba. Ganun. Rocket. Parang pencil. Alright. Saan yung force ni rocket? Saan yung force ni rocket?
Sa baba.
Pababa, di ba? Pababa yung force ni rocket. So, yun yung action. Yung paganito, pababa. Pero ano yung sabi ng law of interaction? Saan papunta si rocket?
Pataas.
Pataas.
So, yung action na was a booster of that turbine engine pushing down. However, the rocket goes up.
Up.
That's actually the law of interaction. In every action, there's an equal and opposite reaction. Kung gaano kalakas yung force niyan pababa is the same force that is going to go pataas. Kaya nga sabi equal. However, opposite. Kasi kung pababa yung original na action, saan papunta yung reaction?
Pataas.
Pataas. Ganon. Alright, so let me try another drawing. Paano ba gumawa ng bagong drawing? Nakikita nyo ba yung drawing ko? Hayat.
Yes, sir.
Alright, so new drawing tayo. Ano pa bang pwedeng ma-example natin? Skydiving. Pero may question nyo doon sa skydiving? Sa nilaro nyo kanina? Alright, isang tao nagsa-skydiving. Si stick lang. Ito. Diba? Skydiving. Ano yung nagpapababa sa kanya? What was that force that pushed it down? See?
Gravity.
Gravity. So, G na lang. Tapos, syempre at the same time, ano kayang nagpapastay sa kanyang afloat at the same time ang ilang minutes sa taas ng hangin?
Parachute?
Parachute or pwede, tama. Lagyan natin parachute. So, naka-parachute na siya. Meron na siyang ganun. So, pababa, hinila si gravity pero at the same time kasi merong wind resistance na pataas, kung gaano kalakas si gravity hinihila siya pababa is the same wind resistance is pushing it top. So nga, hindi basta-bastang nalalaglag lang agad yung mga nag-skydiving. So in every action being pulled by the gravity there is always a reaction. Tama? Alright, let's put this one into another one again. Kasi alright. Kotse. Tapos ito, kotse, ganun. Nakita nyo kotse?
Yes, sir.
Saan pagulong yung kwan? Saan pagulong yung let's say for example, this is the direction of the car going. Alright, saan gumugulong? Paano yung gulong ng kwan? Ng gulong? Is it clockwise or counterclockwise?
Clockwise. Clockwise.
Clockwise. So meaning paganito. Tama, mali. That is clockwise.
Counterclockwise.
Alright, so the answer would be counterclockwise. Dapat, 'di ba? So pag ganito dapat. Alright, I'll change color para magets niyo. Alright, so ang turn ng gulong why? So ang turn ng gulong is counterclockwise, 'di ba? Ganon. Ganon yung turn niya. Pero saan papunta si car?
Paharap.
Paharap or going to the left. Kasi sabi nga dito, in every action na papunta doon yung force ng gulong ni car, what's the opposite reaction? If the car is going, yung turn is papalikod, saan papunta si car? Alright? If the turn of the wheel is going to the right, where does the car go? To the
front.
To the front or to the left. Diba? Yung turn niya is going to the right, but if you're going to look at here, it goes to the left. Sabi nga, in every action, there's an equal and opposite reaction. Gaano kalakas inikot ni gulong, yung gulong, ganon din yung kalakas ang papunta niya on the other opposite direction. So that's actually it, no? Yan yung point lang na in every action, there is an equal and opposite reaction. Alright, last one, example. Oh, ito boys. Oh. Oh. Galit ka masyado, binuksing mo yung wall. Nakikita nyo?
Yes, sir.
Alright. So,
Yes, sir.
galit ka masyado sa jowa mo, hindi ka pinansin, hindi ka ni-replyan, sinuntok mo yung wall. Ano kayang gagawin ni wall? No, in every action there's an equal or opposite reaction. Anong gagawin ni wall?
Pasaktan yung kamay mo.
Masaktan yung kamay mo. Tama. Kasi si wall, no, magbabalance yan, magre-react yan. So, kung gaano mo kalakas sinuntok si wall, ganun din kalakas babalik si wall sa'yo. Diba? Siyempre, pag sinuntok mo ng soft yung wall, hindi ganun kasakit. Tama?
Yes, sir.
So, pag sinuntok mo ng malakas si wall, ganun din kasakit babalik sa'yo. Because equal. In every action, there's an equal force. How much force you have applied giving that one to the wall, that's the same amount of force that the wall will also give that one back to you. Kaya nga, pag nagsuntok ka ng isang tao, solid, hindi naman totally na pag sinuntok mo siya, at hindi ka rin makakadama ng sakit. Kaya ganun. So, in every action, there's an equal and opposite reaction. So, yun na po yung 3 laws. Right? So, do you get now a point of this, the ones that we are for the 3 laws? I hope that you at least have merong idea na. Alright?
Yes, sir.
That's just your lesson 1, ah. It's already 11:02. Bibilisan ko na lang yung other parts. Alright? So, okay pa ba kayo? Are you still there?
Yes, sir.
Okay
Yes,
lang.
sir. Okay
Yes,
pa.
sir.
Alright. Thank you very much for at least holding. You will fall. Ano sabi ni Mr. Leal? Payat. Alright, so nandito pala yung mga ibang answers. Alright, so let me share to you once again our PowerPoint. Saan na yung PowerPoint? Alright, so tapos na tayo sa lesson 1. You still have any questions?
None, sir. Okay.
Ano bang importance ng third law? Sports, technology, transportation, whatever that is. So let's go na to your second. Do you see now the screen?
Yes, sir.
Alright,
Yes,
so
sir.
lesson 2 na tayo. Lesson 2. Alright. Yun, lesson 2. So, lesson 2 is work and energy. Pero alam nyo na ito kasi ang dami nyo ng energy nalaman nung grade 7 pa lang kayo. So, okay lang ba, di ba? Ang dami nyo ng lesson na nalaman nyo sa lesson 2 nyo. So, medyo
Yes, sir.
pa natin ito. Wait lang, yung sige, kasi medyo yung hangin na lumalabas sa camera. Alright, let's talk about your work. Ano ba yung work? It is a transfer of energy. Alright, for you to... lang, kasi somebody's microphone is... Alright. For you to be able to transfer energy, you need to do work. Alright, so yun, no? That's actually yung point dyan. For you to be able to transfer energy, for you to do work. Alright, so let me... Wait lang. So, for you to be able to transfer energy is for you to do work. Alright, so, kailangan mo magtrabaho para makatransfer ka ng energy. Alright? So, let's say for example, pag sinuntok mo yung isang bagay, you have your energy from your hand transferred to the other person who will be receiving that punch. Alright? So, ganun. So, that's actually your work. You need to do work for you to be able to transfer energy. Do you still see the PowerPoint? Nakikita nyo rin pa rin ba yung PowerPoint?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
So,
Yes, sir.
so, paano ba related si work at saka si energy? Energy is the ability to do work. Imaginin mo, wala kang energy, makatrabaho ka ngaya?
No, sir.
Sir,
So,
no.
energy is the ability to do work. For you to be able to do
Walang
work,
ga.
wala kang energy. Kaya usually, di ba, pag umaga, dapat kumain kayo pa may energy kayo, bibo kayo for the rest of the day. That's the reason why breakfast is the most important meal of the day. Anyway, daanan lang natin to. So, you have your 2 types of your energy. Mayroon tayong potential energy at saka kinetic energy. I think that is in your page. Anong page yun? Basaan dyan? Sa page 31 and above. Kilala nyo na to, di ba? Potential and
Yes,
kinetic
sir.
energy. Alam nyo na to?
Yes, sir.
Alright,
Yes,
pag
sir.
energy at rest, pag hindi gumagalaw, ang isang bagay may energy pa rin. Ang tawag natin dyan, potential energy. Pag ang isang bagay na gumagalaw, meron siyang energy, and that's what you call your kinetic energy. Now, think of it this way. Hindi gumagalaw, potential. Pag gumagalaw, kinetic. As simple as that one. Alright? Let's now proceed. Saan ba nakadepende si potential energy?
As in height.
I have your mass and height. Very good. Alright? Mas mabigat, mas malaki yung potential energy niya. Mas mataas kung saan siya nakalagay. Alright? Mas malaki yung potential energy. Think of it this way. Alright? Think of it this way. Alright? Nasa baba ka ng ground. Alright? Mayroon dalawang bagay. Alright? Sa taas mo, merong isang baseball. At the same time, sa taas mo rin, merong basketball. Alright? So, sino kaya, which do you think has greater potential energy? The baseball or the basketball? Ano yan? Si baseball or si basketball?
Basketball?
Alright, the basketball. Because it has greater mass. So, paano mo malalaman pag mas maglakas yung potential energy niya? Imaginein mo, at the same height, nalaglag sa'yo, sa ulo mo, si baseball. Tapos yung isa din, at the same height, nalaglag sa ulo mo, si basketball. Saan mas masakit?
Sir, yung sa basketball.
Baseball.
Baseball, basketball?
Basketball.
Basketball, diba? Kasi si basketball mas mabigat. Kaya that's the point actually of how to know if something has greater potential energy or not. The greater the mass, the greater the potential energy. Think of it. Let's say for example, at the same height, isang baseball or ping-pong ball. Think of a ping-pong ball. Alam niyo yung ping-pong ball?
Yes, sir.
Nasa taas ng ulo niyo. Tapos, think of a wrecking ball. Alam niyo yung wrecking ball?
Yes, sir.
Yung wrecking ball,
Yes, sir.
malaking landok na yun na talagang malaki na pangbagbag ng mga buildings. So, try mo pag ilaglag mo yun both at the same height, ping-pong ball at saka wrecking ball. Sino mas masakit?
Wrecking
Wrecking ball.
Ball. That's the reason why. Sino mas mataas yung potential energy? Si wrecking ball or si ping-pong ball?
Wrecking ball.
Sir.
Wrecking ball. Alright. Paano naman si height? Paano naman nakaka-affect si height sa potential energy? Think of it this way. Sa taas ng ulo mo, si wrecking ball 1 meter from your head. Tapos meron isang another wrecking ball of the same size is 2 meters from your head. Which do you think will hurt most? The 2 meter high or the 1 meter high?
2 meter
2
high.
meter high.
The 2 meter high. Because the higher it is, the greater the what type of energy?
Potential
Potential
energy.
energy. So, ganun po ang paano siya depende sa mass at saka sa height. Mas mabigat, mas malaki potential energy. Mas mataas, mas mataas yung potential energy. Do you get the point? Potential energy?
Yes, sir.
Alright, let's go now to the specific type of your potential energy. We have your gravitational potential, we have your chemical potential, and we have your elastic potential. Si gravitational, because of the gravity, mas mataas siya, mas grabe yung hila ng energy ng gravity, so mas mataas yung potential energy niya. We have your chemical potential energy. Our food is actually made up of chemicals. And food can give us energy, tama? Diba? Food can give us energy. It's made up of chemicals and give us energy. Therefore, we call that one your chemical potential energy. Fuel, for example. For cars, diba? For them to be able to move the car and run the car, it needs to have an energy source. In that case, it's fuel. And fuel is made up of chemical. Therefore, we call that one your chemical potential energy. Another example is your gunpowder, yung pulbura. No? Para lumipad yung bala, kailangan mo ng gunpowder na sumabog. So, gunpowder is made up of chemical, and when you're going to light that one up, it will explode, it will burst out energy. Alright? And lastly, we have your elastic potential. So, anything that is stretchy, di ba? Imagine, rubber band, meron kang rubber band, na-stretch mo ng around mga 10 centimeters. Tapos, meron kang the same rubber band na stretch mo ng 20 centimeters. Saan mas masakit?
Yung 20 meters.
20 meters.
Tapos, so therefore, we can say that the more stretch it was, the greater the potential. So, yan lang yung potential energy. So, Yun. Tapos punta tayo sa kinetic energy. Kinetic energy. So it's dependent on your mass and your velocity. Alright? Pero let's not talk about the mass energy. Kasi sa kinetic energy, think of it this way. A car, meron tayong car at saka meron tayong truck. Alright, sino mas greater ang mass? Si truck or si car?
Si truck.
Si truck dapat, definitely. Pag parehas silang nagpatakbo ng 10 kilometers per hour, sino do you think will be having a greater kinetic energy? Is it the car or the truck?
Car?
Parehas sila. Parehas silang 10 kilometers per hour yung takbo nila. Meron tayong car, meron tayong truck. Sino kayang mas greater ang kinetic energy? Which do you think will have a greater kinetic energy? Is it the car or the truck? Parehas yung takbo nila. Parehas yung bilis nila.
Sir, parehas na lang.
Parehas na lang.
Both.
Think about the mass first. Think about the mass. Don't think about the velocity first. Mass lang muna. Parehas yung bilis nila, parehas yung 10 kilometers per hour. Pero sino kaya ang mas malaki yung kinetic energy? Is it the truck or the car?
Sir, the truck.
Truck, sir.
Alright, very good. So definitely the answer would be the truck. Sa parehas nilang bilis, kasi mas massive si truck kaysa kay car, so therefore mas kinetic energy ni car. Ni truck, I mean. Alright, so the heavier the object, the greater the kinetic energy. Alright, let's go with your velocity. Malala po nyo ba yung velocity? Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Remember velocity? Si velocity is just a vector quantity of speed. So think of velocity as speed. Halos parehas lang sila, pero vector nga lang si velocity. So think about your velocity as your speed. Alright, ganito. Si truck, malaki. Si car, maliit. Alright? So, syempre, alam nyo na yan. Malaki si truck, maliit si car. Pero si car, Ferrari, kayang magpatakbo ng 300 kilometers per hour. Si truck, malaki, pero yung kaya na lang itakbo 10 kilometers per hour. Which do you think among the two will have a greater kinetic energy?
Yung Ferrari.
Car.
Okay, kasi nga,
Car, sir.
very good. So, yun. Yung kinetic energy is actually also, the faster the object, the greater the kinetic energy. Alright? The faster the moving of the object, the greater the kinetic energy. So, actually, if you're looking at it, yung sa lesson 2 nyo, wala pala akong ginawang activity for you to submit here. So, it's just mga check your understanding here. So, okay na kayo sa energy? Are you still alive? Just give me 10 more minutes, please.
Still alive.
10 more
Yes,
minutes.
sir.
10 more minutes. 10 more minutes. Please bear with me. Lesson 3 tayo. Let's do it sound. Sino kaya tong medyo yung problematic yung microphone niya? Kasi may tumutunog na microphone. Alright, so sino ba yung mahilig sa inyo dyan sa sounds? Hindi pwede pag walang music.
Music, sir.
Music.
Music, sir.
Sige lang, sir.
Siyempre, no? Sabi nila, pag walang music, parang think of it
Boring.
this way. Boring. Or think of it this way.
Boring.
What if, for example, you're blind? O, hindi ka na nga makikita. Tapos deaf ka pa. Diba? Parang ang boring talaga ng buhay. Hindi ka na nga makikita, hindi ka pa makarinig. No? So, let's talk about your sound. Ano ba yung sound? Alright. Before going to go to the sound, paano ba tayo magpapasound ng isang bagay?
By making lang.
Yes. Guess. Sige, guess. Paano tayo magpapatunog ng isang object or paano tayo magpapasound? Paano kaya meron tayong boses na naririnig tayo? Paano ba magkakaroon ng sound?
Vibration.
Alright, very good. Because sound is actually comes from anything that is vibrating or through vibration. Do you know that? Ano bang nangyayari? When we talk right now, let's say for example when you talk, can you hold your throat? What do you feel?
Vibration.
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 Diba? Pag hindi ka magsasalita, walang vibration. Pero pag magsasalita ka, you produce sound, you're creating vibration. So sound is something that is coming from a vibrating object. Specifically, when we talk about the type of wave sound is actually a mechanical wave. Alright? So, si sound kasi, kailangan niya medium. Alam niyo yung medium? Meron dito eh. Sinabi ko dito sa activity nyo, activity sa project nyo, that, no, it needs a medium, or simply think of the medium as a pathway. Kailangan po ng daanan ni sound para makapag-travel siya. Pag wala itong daanan, hindi mo maririnig yung sound. That's the reason why if you're going to go to the outer space, in the outer space, there's no medium because it's vacuum there. Vacuum po, walang medium. Even if you're going to shout on top of your voices in the outer space, nobody can hear you. Why? Because there's no pathway for sound in space. So ang tanong, saan ba pwedeng mag-travel si sound? Saan kaya pwedeng mag-travel si sound? Any idea? Saan pwedeng...
It can be in anything. Solid, liquid, or gas.
Ay, very good, very good. Nandiyan lang sa harap yung answer eh. So, pwede sa isang solid, sa isang gas. Alright? Sa wall. Alright, sabi ni Lardison, sabi niya wall. So, what is wall? Is it solid, liquid, or gas? So, definitely
Solid.
Alright. Alright, think of it this way. Before I'm going to go to the next slide, we talk about the speed of sound. Speed of sound. Saan kaya mas mabilis mag-travel si sound? Is it in a solid, in a liquid, or in a gas? Now, guess.
Solid.
Liquid?
Solid.
Solid.
Liquid, or gas?
Solid.
Alright, so sin-answer ni
Solid.
dito sa group chat, solid. Sabi ni Kwan, most of you answer solid, which is the correct answer. Tama. Alright, let's go and talk about there. So, dito pala yung tanong ko. Solid, liquid, or gas? Alright, so solid. Tama yung answer nyo, solid. So, paano ba? Bakit ba si solid? You know that your vibration is actually the source of your sound. Pero makikita nyo na yung particles nyo dito sa solid are really very close. Compared to your liquid, compared to your gas, mas malayo na kay gas. Mas madaling mag-vibrate ang isang object na magkakalapit yung particles nila. That's the reason why it is in solid that sound can travel fastest. O, sino ba yung mga nagtatambay dito sa baptisi? Kasi ako minsan tumatambay ako dyan ng mga 4 o'clock and above just to look at the sunset. Baka meron ako mga nakikita dyan na dadaanan nyo lang ako or nandiyan kayo tumatambay. Do you know the very long rail pole there in Baptisi?
Yes,
Diba
sir.
may
Yes, sir.
landok na pole dyan sa gilid niya, sa daanan?
Yes, sir.
Alright. Try to experiment this one if you can have the time. I'm not telling you na pumunta kayo doon. Tapos sinabi ni Sir Winston na pumunta kasi experiment daw. But think of it this way. Go to the end of the pole, no? The road you see, and you put your ears near it. Now have another friend go to the other end of the metal pole and just tap that metal part of that pole. Can you hear the sound?
Yes, sir.
More
Yes.
than you hear the sound is because sound travels fastest in solid compared to liquid and gas. Let's say for example, your person from the other end will whisper, tapos you at the other end, can you hear that whisper from the other end of the baptisi? Maririnig mo ba?
No, sir.
Hindi. Kasi nga, no? Ano ba yung medium doon ng pagsasalita natin whenever you whisper to somebody from very far? Is it solid, liquid, or gas? Ano bang medium natin for travel, for sounding? Let's say for example, if somebody is whispering. Is it solid, liquid, or gas? No. Yung isa nasa dulo ng baptisi, yung isa nasa dulo ng baptisi. Now, yung isa nag-whisper. Yung isa trying to hear the whisper. Yung sabi nyo, hindi nakakarinig. So, ayun. So, ano kayang nangyayari doon? Ano kaya yung medium natin doon? Is it solid, liquid, or gas?
Gas.
Gas.
Air
Tama.
gas.
And in gas kasi, malalayo yung mga particles. Therefore, ang hirap nilang mag-vibrate. Therefore, ang kailangan mo pang sumigaw para kaya mo silang pagbangga-banggain yung mga vibration na yan para marinig ka on the other hand. However, for solid, if you're going to put your ears on that metal railings on the other end, and the other one is tapping that one on the other end, at that very far distance with just a single tap or very slow tap, you can hear it eh. Yun yung kwan. Kaya we can say by sound, no? It is in solid that they travel fastest. Right. So alam nyo na, pag solid, liquid, and gas, saan mas mabilis si sound?
Solid.
Solid. Very good.
Solid.
Alright. So punta tayo sa characteristics of sound. Alam nyo yung pitch? It's actually the highness and the lowness of sound. That is, I think, here in your page number 36. Alam nyo si pitch? Sino yung mahilig dito sa choir?
Me, sir.
Alright, so, di ba sa pitch, meron yung mga boses ng babaeng mataas, meron yung boses ng mga babaeng hindi mataas yung boses. Pero ano yung nagigets sa point ng pitch? Highness and lowness of sound. Ano kaya yan? Alright, sige, example ko ha. Okay, anong tawag ng pitch pag sinabi kong characteristics of sound? Ano yan? High pitch, low pitch?
High pitch.
Characteristics of sound. High pitch. Paano pag sinabi ko? Alright. Paano pag sinabi ko characteristics of sound? High pitch, low pitch?
Low pitch.
Low pitch. Yan yung pitch. Alright? Yan yung pitch na sinasabi natin. So that is one characteristics of sound. Alright? Nakarinig na ba kayo ng batang umiiyak? Talagang
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
umiiyak. Tapos
Yes, sir.
nakarinig ba kayo ng boses ng baka?
Yes, sir.
So, sino si low pitch doon? Sino si low pitch doon? Si baka or si baby?
Baka.
Baby.
Sino yung high pitch doon?
Yung baby.
Yung baby.
Right.
Baby.
So, isa yun na characteristic ng sound pitch. Punta naman tayo ngayon sa loudness or intensity. Si loudness or intensity, think of it as your volume. 'Di ba meron kayo pag nakikinig kayo sa mga music nyo, 'di ba may volume?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Pag binaba mo yung volume, anong nangyayari? Medyo
Mahina.
humihina. Pag
Mahina.
pinalakasan mo yung volume, ano nangyayari? Medyo
Lumalakas.
lumalakas. So, yun yung loudness or intensity. So, makita nyo yung difference ngayon ng pitch at saka ng loudness. Correct? Hindi sila parehas. Can you now see the difference between pitch and loudness or intensity?
Yes, sir.
Alright, so hindi sila parehas.
Yes,
Ha?
sir.
Alright, so yun na, characteristics of sound. Now, let's go na to effects of temperature. Which do you think will sound travel fastest? Sa malamig na environment or sa hot na environment?
Hot?
Cool
Kasi si
environment.
temperature
Sir,
kasi
malamig.
nakaka-affect siya ng travel ng sound. Saan kaya mas mabilis na mag-travel si sound? Sa hot or sa cold?
Sir, sa hot.
Hot.
Alright,
Hot.
very, very good. Sa hot. The higher the temperature, the faster the sound will travel. Kasi pag tumataas yung temperature, mas lumalapit yung mga particles. Alright, think of it this way. Di ba dito sa atin kasi malamig, correct?
Yes, sir.
Sir.
Punta
Yes,
ka
sir.
sa La Union, doon di ba mainit? Correct?
Yes, sir.
Alright. Can you compare the night in La Union and in here in Benguet? Saan mas quieter? Is it in La Union or is it in Benguet?
Benguet.
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 What does Benguet have that La Union does not have?
Cold.
Meaning, no? Sa malamig, mahina mag-travel ang sound, therefore mas quieter doon. Kaya dito sa atin, habang mas lumalamig, mas nagiging quieter. Right? So that's how you affect your temperature. So if you are asked, which will sound travel fastest, hot or cold? What's your answer?
Hot.
Hot. So,
Hot.
ayun, so nasa page 37 yung answer niyan. So this will be our last, I think. So, when you talk about the specific part of physics that studies your sound, no, we call that one acoustics. It's a branch in physics that studies sound. So, tawag natin dyan acoustics. Alright? So, let's go now to the next. Alam niyo na acoustics. So, ito na lang, last two. Phenomena involving sound. Do you know that sound reflects?
Yes, sir.
Alam niyo yung
Yes,
reflection?
sir.
Alam niyo yung reflection?
Yes.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Pag nag-reflect yan, ano yung point dyan? Ano yung naka-red dito?
Bouncing
Bouncing
back.
back.
Bounce back.
Na-try nyo bang sumigaw sa loob ng kuweba?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Yes,
Ano
sir.
yung narinig nyo?
Echo.
Sir, echo.
Echo.
The echo will tell you that it's a proof that whenever you say something, sound will bounce back and you hear echo. So echo is a very good proof that there happens to be a reflection of sound. No? So, na-try nyo bang nakarinig ng echo?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Alright. Minsan, may maririnig kayong maraming echo. Ano tawag natin dyan pag marami na yung echo?
Reverb.
Reverberation. Tawag natin dyan, reverberation. So simply, we call that one yung reverb. Nakapasok na ba kayo sa isang malaking simbahan masyado tapos open?
Yes, sir.
Yes,
Tapos
sir.
you tried speaking there inside that very big church? Is it
Yes,
the
sir.
same of the sound when you are outside and you are inside? Is it the same quality of sound? Parehas ba yung maririnig yung quality of sound when you are outside the church and you are inside that big church? Parehas ba?
No, sir.
Hindi
No, sir.
Because there, it is only what you told, it's actually what's happening inside a church is that a very big hollow church is actually very full of reverberation. Alright, so yan yung reflection. Pag sabi reflection, bouncing back. Pero meron din tayong ibang phenomena, what you call your refraction. So iba yung reflection sa refraction, ah. Ano yung naka-red dyan?
Bending.
Alright, so sabi dito, si sound pwede ding mag-bend a sound from your bouncing. Nakakita ko ba kayo na nag-sound nag-bend? Can you imagine a sound that bends?
No, sir.
Alright, so medyo mahirap na paniwalaan itong refraction of sound. Nasabi there is bending of sound. Alright, let's go now to this question that I left you there in your activity. Why is it that concerts are usually done during the night and not during the day? Any guesses?
Sir, pakiulit the question.
Alright. Why is it that concerts, yung mga concerts na ginagawa sa gabi, many times na ginagawa siya during the night compared to the day? Why is it that concerts are usually done during the night and not during the day?
Because it
Sir,
depends
mas madungag no cold time.
Sound goes down.
Alright, very good. Good answer ng sound goes down. Very good. Alright, let's go here now to this explanation of the refraction. If you get to see here, the top, can you see the picture?
Yes, sir.
Alright, nakikita nyo yung picture? This
Yes, sir.
upper part of the picture is actually the one that is depicting the type of air during the day. Ito, araw ito. Pag sa araw. Ito namang picture na nasa baba, this is the type of the air that you have when happening during the night. Alright? Can you now, do you still follow? Sa taas,
Yes, sir.
Sir.
ito
Yes,
sa baba.
sir.
Alright. During the day, warm air is at the bottom and cool air is on the top. Siyempre, nasa ground tayo, so warm air yung unang madadaanan ng hangin na type of air na mangyayari dyan. So, sound will travel fast. However, as soon as it hits the barrier of the cold air, alam naman natin na mas mabilis mag-travel si sound sa mainit kaysa sa malamig, magsuslow down siya dito sa gitnaan. So, what happens there? There is what you call your bending. Mabilis siya dito sa warm air. Tapos nakatama ng cold air, nag-slow down, nag-bend si air. Just think of it that during the day, warm air is at the bottom, cool air is on the top. However, baliktad naman during the day. During the night. Si night naman, si warm air yung nasa taas, si cool air yung nasa baba. Ang nangyayari dyan ngayon, no, from the warm air, bilis na magta-travel dyan yung sound kasi mas warmer, mas mabilis. However, nasa baba si cool air, nakatama siya sa barrier ni cool air, nag-slow down, nag-bend yung sound natin. During the day, the bending of the sound is going up. Kaya makita nyo itong aso tong natutulog, zizizi pa lang dito, hindi niya narinig yung sound. Na kahit nag-trumpet na itong lalaki dito, hindi niya narinig. Why? Because the bending is going up. However, during the night, nag-trumpet itong isang lalaki dito, narinig ni Doggy. Kasi the bending of the sound is going down. Now, paano natin i-relate ito na bakit, paano natin i-relate ngayon itong concert na bakit sa gabi siya usually ginagawa at hindi sa day? Any idea? Anybody? Here, Lawa, you're still there?
Yes, sir.
Alright, so, yun. So, ano bang nangyari dito? Sa gabi siya usually ginagawa kasi pag sa gabi, pag nasa stage ka, di ba yung stage mas mataas? Tapos
Yes,
si audience
sir.
nasa baba.
Yes, sir.
Alright? Nasa baba si audience. So, therefore, the bending of the sound during the note is going down, so you get to appreciate more the sound of the concert because it goes directly to you at the bottom part of the stage. Diba? Nasa baba kayo ng stage. So, usually ginagawa yung concert during the night kasi nga because of this phenomena, what you call your refraction of sound, wherein during the night, sound bends going down, wherein people will appreciate more the sound compared when the concert is done during the night, during the day, where sound bends going up at hindi mo masyadong marinig yung sound. So now, this time, you have now your answer for those phenomena involving sound. So, ito na yun po, yung last natin. So, ito na yung phenomena natin sa sound. So, before I get to end this one, any questions first? Are you still there? I'm sorry. I'm so over.
Answer.
Okay,
Sir.
okay.
Answer.
Alright, so I'll give you the list of the ones that you're going to pass. If you can screenshot this one, you can do so. Ito yung mga ipapass nyo. Nakikita nyo ba?
Yes, sir.
Alright, activities to be
Yes,
passed for
sir.
lessons 1 to 3. 4 activities lang. However, if you'd like extra points, you can answer the self-assessments 1 and 2. You get to see the page numbers there. So yan lang, di ba? Madali lang, apat lang naman. Pero itong project 1 actually, at the end pa ito, yung kite nyo, paggawa nyo ng kite, at the end pa ito. Hindi naman dapat this week agad ito. So, ang magagawa nyo lang, activity 1 to 3, tapos na yung first 3 lessons natin. Okay lang ba? Kaya ba? Yung activity 1 to 3?
Yes, sir.
Kaya lang, diba?
Yes, sir. Kaya, sir.
Alright. Kaya lang.
Yes, sir.
Itong
Yes,
activity
sir.
1 is just opinionated. Parang essay lang. Activity 2 is just the before and after. Opinionated din ito. Activity 3, yung nasa sound nyo. So, yan lang. Okay na. Kung gusto niyo ng extra points, you can answer the self-assessments and send a photo of it through my messenger. Then, yun. So, extra points din yun. Okay ba tayo?
Yes,
Yes,
sir.
sir.
Alright, hindi naman masyadong mabigat,
Yes,
ano?
sir.
Hindi naman mabigat,
Sir,
ano?
No, sir.
Alright, so
Sir Hanmut.
ganito lang. Yan lang ipapass nyo for this week actually. So, I can even up till next week. Kasi Tuesday pa naman tayo magdi-discuss ulit. So, until Monday next week pwede pa. Kung kaya to, just
Okay.
one. Alright, so ito lang. I think hindi naman siya ganun kahirap. So, yun. So, I think I'm really very overtime. I said that only will stop at around 11 but it's 11:32 already. So I'm overtime with 30 minutes. I hope that you are still there and hope nahan kayo nga napaay nga
Sir Hanmut.
baka yung katala ni sir na overtime kat madikon nga ag-join next time. So kapitan kayo nga napaay. Sana
Sir,
marami pa rin
Tupay.
kayo sa next time. The next one will be Tuesday by next week na tayo. So yun lang. Tapos yun lang, ganun lang. So, next week, tapos dapat by Friday, tapos na tayo yung first quarter natin. So, madali na lang yung next week. Don't worry. So, ito lang. And later on, I'll be giving you the link of the one that we have discussed today. So, actually, pwede kayong mag-shoutout dyan. Kung gusto nyong mag-shoutout.
Shout out kay self.
Shoutout sa self mo. Alright, be. Ay, okay. May isang nakaalam doon sa stream. Kasi streamer din ito. Anyway, without further much ado, thank you very much for kasi gutom na ako. Baka gutom na rin kayo.
Sir,
Baka
gutom
gutom na
na.
rin kayo.
Sagited siya, G.
Baka gutom na rin kayo. Sana, I get to see you by face. Baka pwede kayong mag-open. Sana gusto ko lang makita yung mga pagmumukha nyo. At least makita ko yung mga pagmumukha nyo. Kasi, ayun. Yun, nandun, si Mr. Anggitay. Ganda ng lighting mo. Mayat lighting mo. Maganda lighting mo. Baka kat naka-ring light ka o yung maiba. So, yeah. Thank you very much for joining. I'm really very hungry already. I think that's
Thank you,
also...
sir, for discussing.
Ayan. So,
Thank you, sir.
so Miss pala si
Thank you,
Miss Ramos,
sir.
hindi pala Mr. Sorry.
Sir, sorry.
Kasi Jonathan eh. Is it your first name, Jonathan?
No, sir.
You're using somebody
Ramos.
else's account? You're using somebody else's account?
Yes, sir.
But I encourage you to make your own Gmail account para mas better. Kasi akala ko ngayon nagkamali ako. Akala ko Mr. Miss pala. Yun. So yeah, thank you very much for joining. I'll be sending to you later on I'll be uploading this PowerPoint. At the same time, I'll give you the link of the one that we have discussed this morning for those who weren't able to join. So thank you very much once again for joining. I get to see ito lang yung napapansin ko. Ang dami guys nagsisin doon sa Messenger pero wala dito ngayon sa synchronous discussion natin. I don't know if talaga bang mahina yung connection or what, pero advantage nyo kasi pag naka-join kayo. Kasi andito ako na live. Pero kasi pag papanoorin nyo nila yung replay, parang pangit, nag-boring. So mas maganda if you have the chance to join, then please join. So once again, thank you very much sa lahat ng nag-join,
Thank you,
and I get to see
sir.
you more next time. So without further much ado, I'll be ending this one in 5, 4, 3.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you.